Operation Desert Storm is proving successful in achieving its objectives. This marks a significant turning point in global military operations and nuclear weapons reduction efforts. A serious discussion takes place regarding a compromised operation involving the mysterious group called the Pantheon. Marshall faces questioning about disobeying direct orders, while Harrow's report contains details that are difficult to believe, prompting a detailed review of the events. A team including Marshall, Harrow, and Case positions themselves near the Iraq-Kuwait border. Their mission involves intercepting a convoy carrying their target, Alawi, who has paid smugglers to escape the Middle East. The team coordinates with Outlaw 42 for the upcoming engagement. The operation begins with the team engaging the convoy. Their objective is to capture Alawi, who is identified as being in the middle vehicle. The situation requires careful execution, as Alawi is a minister of defense with well-trained and heavily armed protection. The team successfully engages the convoy and reaches Alawi. During the confrontation, they learn about a dangerous group called the Pantheon. The situation becomes increasingly tense as they realize they face a formidable opponent. The operation takes an unexpected turn when complications arise, leading to Alawi's death. The Pantheon is revealed to consist of former European and US operatives. The team faces a difficult decision regarding their extraction as their position becomes compromised. A dramatic confrontation occurs involving Russell Adler, who delivers a cryptic message. Bishop takes Rook. The team faces intense combat, including an aerial threat they must eliminate using a rocket launcher while ensuring their escape. The team faces suspension due to their actions. A discussion about the end of the Cold War era takes place, highlighting the changing nature of global conflicts and the role of operatives like Woods and Adler in this new world order. Information surfaces about a KGB safe house in Bulgaria called the Rook. The Pantheon is developing a dangerous new weapon, and evidence suggests CIA involvement. The team questions their understanding of various key players and organizations. The team investigates connections to various operatives, including an assassin from Avalon crime factions and Felix Newman, a former Stasi engineer. They operate with limited resources while maintaining secrecy from official channels. A covert operation is being planned to infiltrate a bell tower and observe a target named Yanik. The mission involves confirming a connection between Pantheon and the target before taking any action. The speaker reveals they used to work for an organization called the Guild. Yanik is spotted on the upper deck surrounded by people. The mission involves waiting for a specific phone call to confirm Pantheon connections before taking action. A rifle was previously stashed at the top of the tower in preparation. After overhearing a conversation confirming connections between Pantheon and the CIA, the shot is taken at Yanik. The mission is successful, but this is described as just the first step in a larger operation. The team needs to make a quick escape to a white van. The next phase involves infiltrating a meeting at Chateau where 3 guild leaders will meet with Pantheon representatives. The plan requires accessing a secure room on the 2nd floor that can only be unlocked from inside. A disguise as guild security is provided. The infiltration of the guild meeting leads to a tense confrontation. The protagonist surrenders as part of the plan, playing along until receiving a signal. The meeting reveals urgent discussions about shipments and CIA connections. The team recruits Felix Newman, a former Stasi enforcer turned tech expert. Newman has agreed to help break into Langley's network to locate Russell Adler. Despite his violent past, Newman claims to have reformed and no longer carries weapons. Newman discovers Adler is being held in an underground black site beneath Capitol Station in Washington, D.C. The facility includes a maximum security wing, the team begins planning how to infiltrate the location. A plan is formed to infiltrate the black site during a political fundraiser. The team needs to obtain a retinal scan from Senator Jack McKenna, who has security clearance. The operation involves posing as a photojournalist to get close to the target. At the fundraiser, intelligence gathering reveals potential leverage against Senator McKenna through his troubled marriage and an affair with an aide. The team works to exploit these vulnerabilities to get close enough for the retinal scan. The team discovers a blackmail plot involving compromising tapes of the senator. This presents an opportunity to manipulate the situation and gain access to McKenna. The next step involves intercepting a valet ticket to retrieve the blackmail material. A covert operation is underway involving retrieving something from a car using valet keys. The mission requires stealth and timing, with instructions to use the key fob to locate the target vehicle in what appears to be a cold night. A CIA security detail creates tension as the mission involves delivering sensitive material to a senator's wife. The situation becomes complicated when confronted by someone who wants to handle business privately regarding Miss Johansson. A tense conversation unfolds about an expensive item and the senator's press arrangements. Someone expresses frustration about a situation getting out of hand, leading to questions about potential tabloid involvement. A dramatic confrontation occurs with Miriam Johansson about a video scam. She reveals her pragmatic view of politics and her husband's role as a useful vote-getter, despite considering him an idiot. The situation escalates to a dangerous level. The mission transitions to accessing a roof area to reach Adler. A mechanical room serves as an access point to a restricted elevator shaft leading to a black site. The plan involves navigating past rooftop security personnel. The operation moves into a high-security area using advanced technology involving infrared scanning. A tense situation develops with reports of shooting and trapped personnel, suggesting a security breach. The team encounters obstacles and needs to find alternative routes through maintenance shafts and vents. They discover important documents with real names and cover identities, though Adler remains elusive. The aftermath reveals the operation was a break-in at a CIA black site to free Russell Adler. The Pantheon group is identified as the attackers, suggesting CIA compromise. The team ends up on Interpol's most wanted list. Information emerges about Pantheon's presence in Iraq and a mysterious weapon called the Cradle. The operation shifts focus to a remote palace where demonstrations of this weapon are supposedly taking place. Team dynamics become strained as trust issues surface. Discussion turns to past events involving Jason Hudson and a military group that potentially infiltrated the CIA, leading to revelations about historical missions and casualties. A major scandal erupted when documents revealed encrypted transfers from drug lord Raul Menendez to personal bank accounts. This led to an urgent situation involving an Iraqi Minister of Defense named Alawi, who was seeking safe passage through Europe in exchange for information. The situation became more pressing after coalition forces attacked. The target palace is located in western Iraq near the Syrian desert. During Operation Desert Storm, coalition forces were conducting strategic airstrikes against Saddam Hussein's targets. British SAS forces were hunting mobile Scud launchers while tracking activities around the palace. The palace contained a mysterious bunker that needed investigation before any potential bombing. Through connections with MI6 agent Helen Park, a plan was formed to pose as Delta Force operatives and assist SAS in destroying Scud launchers. This would buy time to investigate the palace before its scheduled destruction. The team needed to eliminate multiple Scud launcher sites while maintaining their cover. After successfully neutralizing the first targets, the team established a base of operations. They needed to take out 3 more Scud sites while dealing with surface-to-air missiles that were threatening their air support. Supply drops were available in the area for additional resources. Upon reaching the palace bunker, the team discovered Saddam's massive wealth collection and evidence of biological weapons. They found crucial documents and a disk containing information about a Soviet scientist named Moni Gusev, who was connected to a bioweapon called the Cradle. Surprisingly, the evidence suggested the bioweapon originated from an American research facility. The team successfully extracted with their findings about the biological weapon. Adler stayed behind to track down Gusev, while Felix worked on decrypting the recovered disk. The situation became more complex, with the connection between a Soviet scientist and an American bioweapon raising serious questions about the operation. The final phase involved careful analysis of the encrypted data. The team discussed the moral implications of their work and the complex nature of their mission. The recovered disk contained highly encrypted information that required careful decryption, suggesting it held critically sensitive data about the operation. A tense discussion about generating revenue and taking down Avalon crime factions takes place. There are differing views on patriotism and personal missions, with some showing less emotional investment in the cause than others. The situation appears complex, with various motivations at play. The conversation reveals details about being framed in a Panama incident the previous year, which coincided with investigations into the Pantheon organization. This timing suggests deliberate interference to halt the investigation. The remote mountain location feels isolating and depressing. The focus shifts to a military research facility called Advanced Technologies and Applications, operating under the cover name Casper Solutions. Located in eastern Kentucky, this remote facility holds secrets about a mysterious biotechnology program. Details emerge about the facility's biotechnology wing and its potential connection to something called the Cradle. The facility has a dark history, including classified human experiments and a biohazard incident that led to its shutdown 10 years ago. The team encounters difficulties accessing the facility, finding evidence of recent activity. They discover broken equipment and face potential hazardous material exposure while searching for the biotech entrance. Past connections to the Cradle program are revealed, suggesting previous involvement with the facility. Special access requirements and security measures are in place, particularly around the biotechnology area. Documentation about the Cradle's development is discovered, revealing administrative details and showing multiple parties were involved in its creation. The search for key cards becomes critical for further access. Information about the Pantheon's origins emerges, connecting it to a secret CIA branch. The Cradle was designed to create enhanced operatives, but the program had serious complications. The truth about the Cradle project's failure comes to light. Test subjects became violent and unstable, leading to the contamination of the facility. The program was ultimately shut down and subjects were rehabilitated. Video evidence reveals disturbing experiments involving the Cradle and its transmission between subjects. The footage shows increasingly aggressive effects, suggesting weapon-like properties. A connection is discovered between Avalon faction and the Pantheon through a casino called Fuina. This breakthrough provides a crucial link in understanding the organization's relationships. The aftermath of betrayal affects team dynamics. Discussion of various suspects and motivations takes place, including possible connections to drug money and corrupt operations. A difficult assassination mission turned out to be based on a lie involving an innocent target. This led to fleeing from the guild and making a vow for revenge. B-24 refers to a safe deposit box in Casino Ludus archive room. The Pantheon appears to be funding research through laundered casino money. A plan is formed to infiltrate Casino Ludi. The strategy involves blowing open their vault while simultaneously accessing the archive room. A team member will intentionally get captured to gain access to the secure area where persons of interest are questioned. The operation requires all 5 team members, starting with action at the high roller table. The operation begins at Casino Ludi. The location brings back dark memories of past business. Despite its shady history, the casino now serves as neutral territory respected by various Avalon factions. The first objective is accessing the high roller bar through winning at poker. The team successfully taps into the casino security camera feeds, gaining visibility of the main floor, vault, and armory. The deliberate capture plan is initiated to gain access to the archive room area. The operation progresses with server room infiltration and security system manipulation. A keycard is reprogrammed to gain access to restricted areas, including the armory and elevator. The team maintains stealth while moving through high-security zones. The heist escalates into intense combat as security responds to the breach. The team executes their planned distraction while maintaining focus on their primary objective in the archive room. They successfully retrieve crucial documents from box B-24. The team makes their escape through the canals after securing their target documents. The retrieved information reveals Pantheon money transfers to a lab in southern Iraq, providing a crucial breakthrough in tracking their bioweapon development. Following the operation, team members reflect on their actions during the heist. Moral questions arise about the use of violence and the balance between necessary force and maintaining principles. The experience has created strong bonds within the group. The team discusses future implications of their mission and personal plans. They speculate about a potential bioweapon threat and its intended impact. One member expresses desire to care for a fallen comrade's son, showing how their shared experiences have created lasting connections beyond the mission. A tense military operation is about to begin in Kuwait. The team is preparing for a critical mission with high stakes. The setting is during a conflict period, likely during desert warfare operations. A conversation reveals past history between team members and their current mission objectives. Someone is choosing a different path after this mission, creating some tension within the group. The team is preparing to move out in 5 minutes. Eagle 2 breaks formation as the team plans to slip behind enemy lines. Their target is a lab where someone is developing a bioweapon. The team forms a fire team and receives instructions to stay on comms and follow specific protocols. The team moves through a war zone following coalition airstrikes. They encounter and eliminate hostile snipers and mortar teams on an overpass. The operation requires careful coordination as they push through reinforcements coming from a terminal. The team continues their assault, dealing with multiple hostiles and advancing through defensive positions. They maintain a high body count while pursuing their objective, using tactical coordination to overcome resistance. The operation moves to a passenger jet bridge. The team encounters various threats while trying to board a plane, dealing with both armed and unarmed individuals. Time pressure increases as coalition forces approach. A dramatic chase ensues across the tarmac in a T-72 tank. The team races against time to intercept a cargo plane while avoiding coalition forces and dealing with incoming threats from multiple directions. The team interrogates a key figure about a biological weapon called the Cradle. They learn it was sourced from an American lab and modified to be more dangerous. The location is revealed to be a former Russian prison camp turned bioweapon facility. Plans are made to infiltrate the base where the cradle is being held. The mission requires stealth, disguise, and sabotage. The team must scout defenses and create openings for the main force to secure the bioweapon. The infiltrator successfully penetrates the base and begins sabotage operations. Various targets are identified, including SAM sites, radar installations, and helicopters. The operative uses social engineering to manipulate base personnel. The situation intensifies as the team discovers the weapon has been moved. They identify Jane Harrow on site and modify their mission to capture her and destroy the facility. The team coordinates an assault on the base. The assault team breaches the facility and pushes toward an underground section where their target is located. They face heavy resistance while trying to prevent Harrow from escaping. A tense underground mission is underway to find Harrow. Communication between team members Felix and Jane becomes strained as weapons are drawn and positions are taken. The atmosphere is filled with urgency and tactical movements as the team advances carefully through the space. The confrontation escalates as Troy displays stubborn determination despite warnings about being in over his head. Someone offers a final chance for escape, suggesting there are bigger things at play that Troy doesn't fully comprehend. The situation becomes increasingly dangerous as weapons are readied. The team splits up using divide-and-conquer tactics. Case is given a special opportunity to make their own choice, separate from Troy's decision. The action continues with strategic movements and taking cover, showing the professional training of those involved. The team successfully captures someone, though the victory feels uncertain. There is tension about whether the captured person will cooperate with questioning. The situation feels precarious, with team members sensing bigger troubles ahead. A tracking device is discovered in the captive's arm, suggesting their location is compromised. Rather than relocate, the team decides to make their stand and fortify their position. There's urgency to get information before an inevitable confrontation. Details emerge about Harrow's background at Langley and their rise in the Special Activities Division. A controversial substance called phenysaurine is introduced, known for causing psychological effects. The team prepares to use it for interrogation. The interrogation begins, triggering intense personal memories. The questioning focuses on a bioweapon and planned attacks. The subject appears to experience a psychological separation, accessing deeper memories and alternate perspectives. Traumatic childhood memories surface during the interrogation, revealing deep personal losses. The discussion shifts to a lab and stolen bioweapon, suggesting connections between past trauma and present actions. The situation escalates as Pantheon forces arrive, creating multiple perimeter breaches. The team must defend their position while trying to complete the interrogation, with time running out and stakes increasingly high. The truth about the subject's parents emerges, revealing deep CIA involvement and possible betrayal. The revelation connects to Adler, a mentor figure, suggesting layers of deception within the organization. The story takes on personal dimensions of revenge and justice. During an intense confrontation, revelations emerge about the Pantheon's sinister plans. They have been studying the CIA's weaknesses from within, preparing to seize control once the current leadership is discredited. Their ultimate goal is to establish a new world order, believing the CIA is too corrupt to lead as the United States becomes the world's lone superpower. The plan involves using a false flag attack involving Saddam Hussein and a dangerous weapon. They are confident people will believe whatever narrative fits their preconceptions. Questions arise about the reliability of childhood memories regarding parents' deaths, adding layers of uncertainty to the situation. A critical moment unfolds as someone struggles to maintain consciousness while being questioned about Pantheon's plans and the location of something called the Cradle. References to a mirror being almost complete suggest a complex plot nearing its culmination. The battle continues with teams moving to secure a house. A decision is made to blow up a bridge using C4 to cut off road access. This shows tactical thinking in limiting enemy approach routes. The location of the Cradle is revealed to be at the Washington, D.C. Capitol building. The plan involves using a CIA-funded bioweapon to cause widespread infection, aiming to discredit Livingstone through an intelligence failure and enable Pantheon to seize control. The action intensifies with urgent pursuit and combat sequences. Teams coordinate to prevent someone from escaping, showing the high stakes of the situation. The crisis is resolved as the capital is cleared and the threat is neutralized. The success leads to a debriefing where past conflicts are addressed and apologies are made. The team receives recognition for preventing a major catastrophe. A new arrangement is proposed offering resources and support for continued operations. Despite the Cold War being over, the world is deemed more dangerous with unclear enemies. The team is needed back in Avalon as the Pantheon threat persists, with suggestions that infiltrators remain active within the organization.